I am comparing Chrissy Teigen's viral banana bread, whose ingredients cost me $24, to my mom's banana bread, whose ingredients cost me $4. When I was prepping for this recipe, I ran into the same problem that Chrissy did when she was testing it for her cookbook. And that is, she's making a recipe that needs 6 ripe bananas. 6 ripe bananas. I have 2 siblings that live out here, so I texted them yesterday to see if they had any dying bananas they'd be willing to contribute to the cause. So we're gonna go get those bananas from them now. Bananas! Yes! Thank you, Schmitz.
Have fun.
Proper ripe bananas. Oh yeah, that one's real good, real ripe.
There's the other one.
And a second. Thank you so much. Oh, it's like in its own little coffin. Bananas have been acquired. We're gonna start with Chrissy Teigen's recipe. Got all my ingredients laid out. We're gonna add the dry ingredients, which is flour, sugar. This is so smart that she puts instant pudding mix in her mixture. It really adds to the moisture. Although I gotta say, I never thought I would be combining $17 of artisanal chocolate with instant vanilla pudding mix. It goes to show you never do know. 1.5 of salt, 1 of baking soda, and we're mixing. Brown sugar was a little dry, so we're more stabbing than mixing at this point. Dry ingredients, mixed. She specifically says in her recipe on the website not to get 4 bananas, not to get 5, but it has to be 6 bananas. And I suppose if you're going for like really, really ripe bananas, like this one, you know, there's a fine line between ripe and rotted. We're gonna see what's going on with this guy here. Oh God. Just gonna open him up, see what's going on. It's perfectly fine. This is the nice thing about banana bread, is you can take your dying, you know, mortuary ready bananas and just put them in here. This is a liquid measure, but since it's debatable if this banana is liquid or solid at this point, that's what we're using. In you go. Oh, looks fine. Thanks to the siblings, here's our stash of ripe bananas, and I'm gonna mix and match some of the riper ones with the slightly less ripe ones, so both recipes get a fair shake. We'll add in this big ol' less ripe one here. In you go. Yeah, I think we're gonna smash as we go. Yeah, that one was definitely not super ripe. All right, if they're all super ripe and about this size, I can see 6. It's taken about 3 bananas to get a cup. And we're mashing, Okay, we got our 2 cups. I think that was 5 bananas, but that big one I put in there, that was a chonker. 2 cups banana. We got our eggs, we got our oil. Liquid ingredients. I personally would have added the sugar to this mixture, but you know what? We'll just follow Chrissy's recipe. Just gonna beat those up. Okay, I'm gonna add our bananas. Mix that up a little. And then we're adding the oil. All right, now we're just gonna add the dry ingredients to the wet. Switch to a spatula, fold it in so we don't overmix it. I am very excited because up until yesterday, these were what remained of my spatulas. You can see they all got like a little bite taken out of them. And we just re-upped with a lot of new fresh spatulas for folded and stuff. And we got the good tall ones for, you know, getting behind the stove when you drop something, getting all the way down there. Just probably why these have bites taken out of them. But brand new spatulas. A little bit of flour. And we're mixing. It's a good spatula. People get so concerned about over mixing their dough, but I'm like, as long as you're not trying to make butter, you know, just like churning and churning and churning, it's gonna be fine. You just mix until the flour's gone, and then you're done. Very simple. See how we did here. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good batter. Next, I'm gonna chop our chocolate and then fold that in the coconut in. See how much chocolate we actually need here. So fancy. It's like Christmas. Oh, wow. All right, 1.9 ounces. 3.9, 3.3, oh, 3.7, 3.6. It's got almost a smoky flavor to it. We've got our chocolate. Just gonna chop it up here. I love chopping chocolate. I love the snap that it makes as you cut right through it. Oh, so good. It's our 3.5 ounces of dark chocolate. All right, celebrity banana bread, here we go. Now, this is where Chrissy and I differ because when you're adding inclusions to a batter, I would toss these in a bowl and mix them with a little bit of flour so it helps suspend them in the loaf. We're gonna stick with Chrissy's way today, see what happens. In goes the chocolate. Coconut going in. Then we're just going to fold it. Gotta hand it to Chrissy. That's a pretty gluey batter. Maybe everything will stay suspended just fine. All right, we're looking pretty good. We're just going to give it one more little batter taste here with some of that chocolate and coconut. Well, it doesn't suck. I'll say that. One other beef I have with this recipe, I also kind of respect it, is that she has you do this in a bundt pan. You can do it in a loaf pan, but you're like, oh, it just looks so good in the bundt pan. I don't love bundt pans, not the traditional size, but what I do love is these mini little bundt pans. So I got 2 of these instead of the big one. We're gonna generously grease these. Then we're gonna dust them with flour. If you're gonna go for this, I would have put some rye flour in there, dusted the edges with rye flour, but this is Chrissy's recipe, not mine. That is so much batter. That's crazy. I feel like a huge bundt cake. I feel like that's 2 bundt cakes. We're gonna have a lot of leftover batter, but I'm just gonna fill these guys. Now, the tempting thing to do when you fill a bundt pan is to overfill it. And what you just have to remember is that you're older and you're wiser than you were the last time you overfilled a bundt pan. And you must stop yourself when the pan has had enough. You know how I know about overfilling bundt pans? And what else I learned from that? Put them on a tray. Put them on a tray. Unless you want to be scrubbing batter out of the bottom of an oven. And I do mean burnt batter. Not advisable. All right, Chrissy. Just to be contrary in one other way, instead of baking her banana bread at 350 like all other banana bread recipes ever, she goes at 325. So we're gonna stick this sucker in there and get it bacon, and then we're gonna make my mom's banana bread. In we go. Bundt pans are in the oven. Honestly, they got about 8 minutes left. I'd planned to have this all done by now, but I was snacking on chips and salsa. This is my mom's banana bread recipe. What's unique about this is that I am the second oldest of 11 children. The siblings you saw me grab bananas from earlier were number 3 and 9. When we were growing up, this banana bread was just a staple in the house. You know, we'd always have dying bananas on the counter, and so my mom would mix it up, but she'd have to make like a 5x batch to feed everybody. And the only thing large enough to mix that in was the turkey roasting pan. So somebody would always be over there about once a week just cranking away trying to mix the batter in this giant turkey roasting pan. We'd either do it in loaves or we'd scoop out like, you know, someone would just be baking all day banana muffins in and out. And in and out. Every 15 minutes, another batch goes in, another batch goes out. And in my 13 years in the restaurant industry, I've made a lot of different banana breads, but this recipe has held up. It's just exactly what I always want out of banana bread. It's not too sweet, it's moist, it's delicious. So we're gonna see how it stacks up here. My favorite thing about this recipe is that the directions on it are mix together dry ingredients, mix together wet ingredients, put it in the oven. And that's it. It's gonna be so simple. We're gonna do dry ingredients first. We got flour, cinnamon. There's not even a measurement for the cinnamon. It just says cinnamon. We got baking powder, baking soda, salt. Let's get it in there. Cinnamon, baking powder, baking soda, salt. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Step 1, done. Wet ingredients. I've got 3 bananas in here. We need 1.5 cups of puree, or mash, if you will. Do we need a 4th? Yeah, we do. This really is deceiving when you look at a whole banana and then what it kind of breaks down to, especially the really ripe ones. You're like, man, is that even a cup? That's a cup. I think one of the reasons banana bread was such a staple in the house, besides the fact that it's cheap to make, because my grandma used to get food that the grocery stores couldn't sell anymore that was still good, and she would distribute it to a lot of people around town. So we always had, like, we'd go help her with it, and we would just have these cases of bananas that they couldn't sell anymore. Cases of a lot of stuff, but bananas were a staple. So they just get in the freezer, use them up. All right, there's our banana. Ooh, and the bundt banana is about to come out. Let's take a look at it, see how it did. Ooh, look at that. Gotta love the color on that. I will say. Oh yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous. Points to Chrissy for caramelization, presentation. That's something I would sell. It's beautiful. All right, wet ingredients. Oops. Eggs first. Just gonna beat the eggs up. I gotta get out of that like Rachel Ray voice. I'm like, and now we whisk the eggs. Everybody knows. It's friggin' 2026. You know what happens. You're not here for this. You're here for stuff that comes out of my mouth. One of the key differences here between these two recipes is you can tell this recipe was designed for someone who does not have time or the money for expensive ingredients, right? We've got 2 eggs instead of 4. This is an oil and water mixture, right? And then just a single cup of sugar and a lot of bananas and a little bit heftier on the flour. In go the bananas. I've made this before when I didn't have enough bananas on hands too. It was totally fine. That one that was a little underripe, really having to go to town. Like, come on, break down. Sugar, oil and water. Mix her all up. Now we're just gonna combine them. Mixing it in. This one's a little bit heavier on the liquid, so I'm just gonna use the whisk. Whip, whip, whip. This one, like most other banana breads, bakes at 350. Give it the old taste. It's different. Classic though. For our inclusions today, I've got a 1/3 cup of walnuts, which was always a treat if we had walnuts in the house to add in, and a 1/3 cup of just the Nestle chocolate chips. I went mini on it because we had them and I think it'll suspend better. This was pretty much the only chocolate in the house growing up. Normal size chips usually, but just the Nestle Toll House chocolate. That was the treat. That's what went in all the baked goods. Walnuts though, we're just gonna spread them out here and bust them up gently with the bottom of the bowl. We're not trying to make powder out of it. You just kind of put your weight behind it a little bit, lean on it. This is a runnier batter, so I'm gonna do my little trick of tossing these in a little bit of flour. Growing up, we had all-purpose flour in the house pretty consistently, but my mom would also get these whole wheat grains that she had a grinder. So she would grind wheat flour and she would add that into a lot of stuff. But I have some coarsely ground rye flour here. We're gonna add the walnuts to the bowl, chocolate, and we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of that on top. Dust it together. Get that all coated in there, and that's just gonna help it suspend in the batter so it doesn't all go to the bottom and you've got just, you know, a layer of chocolate on the bottom that tears when your loaf comes out of the pan. All right, in they go. We're gonna fold this in very gently. This recipe is so easy, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Like, that's it. Mix wet, mix dry, combine, bake. So for this one, from my bread baking days, I've got one of these really nice loaf pans. I'm just gonna spray it and I'm gonna use the rye flour around the outside. Yeah, I've done this a million times just with all-purpose flour, rye flour. It's like my secret ingredient for baked goods, though. It's so good. In she goes. Alrighty. That is dense. That's something you could feed 11 kids with. Although, you know, you still need like 5 of these. But in it goes, 350. It's gonna take about an hour. We'll let everything cool, and then the moment of truth. All right. All the loaves are out of the oven and cooled enough. This has had a significant more amount of time to cool than this one. So we're gonna see if they come out of the pan, see how we did, and then we'll give them the old taste test. All right. It's pretty good. This little guy here. Nice. Pretty gorgeous, not gonna lie. Okay. The loaf baked up beautifully. It's so tall here. It's still warm, but I feel like it's cool enough I can probably get it out of the pan. So here's to hoping it doesn't fall apart on me. Just wiggle her loose. Come on, baby. Sometimes it comes out and it leaves a chunk behind. That was magical. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. Man, that is just... Oh! That is nice. It's gonna be hard to judge. I think it's gonna come down to the taste test. Both of these I would like happily sell on a bakery counter. This is stunning. They both have excellent color. Just beautiful. Oh, I'm so excited. I haven't baked anything like this in a long time. Okay, moment of truth. Chrissy Teigen's first. That is really nice looking. Like some chocolate stayed up top, some sunk down to the bottom. Let's give it a shot. It's not bad. It's light, it's fluffy. The coconut's a really nice texture in it. You have the caramelization on the outside. It's really moist. Let's try Mom's recipe, the $4 banana bread versus the $24 banana bread. See how we did? Yes. So tossing the chocolate and the walnuts and the little bit of rye flour, it helped like suspend them throughout the loaf. That's really lovely. The end piece is my favorite. Hands down, mom wins. Across the board. $4 loaf, yo. Oh! It's just what a banana bread should be. You know? This is good, but it's good in a way where it's almost trying too hard. This is banana bread. Classic. Mmm. All right, Mom's $4 banana bread is the clear winner in my book. I've got this whole extra Chrissy Teigen loaf, and I'm gonna give half of this to my 2 siblings that donated the bananas to make this possible. I'm Savannah. Follow me for more.